please make her feel welcome, Sarah Burkhalter.
My name is Sarah, and I'm a recovering Texan. My last chicken fried steak was 352 days ago, and I haven't rode a cowboy in almost 3 years, so doing pretty good, y'all. Was doing pretty good, you guys. Doing pretty good. Fuck. So I'm a middle child, and I can see by the crowd that I am in good company. I can see the broken dreams all over your face, sir. And I am the only girl, but, you know, being a middle child, I still have all the same fucked up middle child insecurities that everybody else has. So my parents told me recently that, Sarah, we didn't pay attention to you when you were growing up because we knew that you were going to be fine and that you could take care of yourself, which I thought was bullshit. And then I remembered who my brothers were. My older brother Robert was this kid who would always turn a phrase into something dirty. I swear to God, we spent one entire Christmas break just listening to him on loop singing, "Hey now, you're a porn star, take your clothes off, get laid." And my parents could not have loved that shit more. And my little brother Hank was a silent, brooding type. He would always leave runaway notes on my parents' nightstand that said, "I hate Robert and Sarah, I can't stand living with them anymore." And then he'd pack his little Mickey Mouse suitcase and run to the park around the corner and just wait for us to drive around and yell like, "Hank!" out the window to try to find him. So I kind of got a little lost in all of that growing up. But so when Funny Man Robert came out of the closet a couple years ago, everyone was like, "What the fuck?" I remember my dad trying to find some silver lining. And he was saying, he called me and said, "Well, at least we know now Hank's not gay, right? I mean, you can't have two gays in the same family." So when Hank came out 2 years later, I quickly became the favorite. Who's the middle child now, Mom and Dad? Am I right? Yeah. But you know, I think I win in this situation. I mean, having two homosexual brothers, or bromos, as I like to call them, is kind of awesome. I mean, I don't have to put up with any, like, stupid little girlfriends that they have that I don't like. I get constantly reassured on how fabulous I'm looking all the time, and I get blowjob tips whenever I want. Even when I don't want them, I get them all the time. So the only downside to bromos, though, is that my parents have made it pretty clear that at 26 with no ring on my finger, it's time for me to start popping out babies, because everyone in Texas starts their first round at about like 16. So, you know, don't worry, I am dating someone. This is the part where everybody goes, "Woo!" And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay." He just moved to Chicago. It's okay though. No, we're trying this whole long distance thing. You know, it's not like his passive aggressive way of breaking up with me or anything. Okay, because he moved there for work, so it's cool. It's getting really serious. You know, I was there just the other week, and we were at dinner, and he reached across the table and grabbed my hands, and he starts breathing really heavy, and he goes, "Hey, Sarah." And I was like, "Oh my God, what? What?" And he was like, Will you split the bill with me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I'm all about feminism and equal opportunity and everything, right? So, not a problem." I mean, to be honest with you, if he was gonna propose to me, that's not my ideal location. I mean, I've been sending his AOL account links to my Pinterest board entitled "One Day," open parentheses, hopefully someday soon, close parentheses, colon, winky face, for like the last 3 months. So I know that he knows that if I want to get proposed to, it's gonna happen when we're on some sort of like exotic vacation and we're scuba diving or something, and a sea turtle swims by, and he says, "Oh, hey, look, a sea turtle," except I can't hear him because we're underwater. And then the sea turtle starts swimming closer to me, and I start to get really nervous because I've seen Animal Planet, okay? I know that sea turtles are shark food, and the last thing I want to be caught in is in some underwater turf war. So I start to panic a little bit, but then it gets closer to me, and I realize how cute he is, and then he takes my hand, and his tiny little adorable leathery fin, and he spits out a 5-carat ring, and I'm like, "What?" And I look up at Spencer, and he's holding that little underwater board that you ride in, and it says, "Sarah, will you marry me?" And I say, "Yes!" Except my breathing mass thing flies out, there's bubbles everywhere, so he thinks that I'm drowning, so he sprints over to me, and then he carries me to the ceiling of the water, and we do go really fast, but I don't get the bend I say gasp, I do get really swim woozy, so I'm about to pass out, and he puts me on the boat, and right before I pass out, he looks into my eyes, and I say, yes. I said, yes. And then we drive off into the sunset on the boat. Oh, and also the sun is setting, so. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he knows that's what I want, so. He hasn't responded to any of my emails yet, which actually, I'm gonna go check. I'm just gonna go check my emails and make sure that he hasn't. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.